In this video, I'll be showing you and walking you through how to set up News API. This is very essential because now in the world of AI, where agents are constantly consuming content, you might want to build a project where you need to set up an agent that actually consumes news or transform news or summarizes news. Now, what is the best way to do that? The best way to do that is by actually getting an API that you can actually obtain the information from. Now, we're going to be using News API. And they call themselves the best news API for your product. Now, to do that, you can quickly just go on Google search, type news API, and you click on the response. Then you click on get free API, which is what we're trying to do, and then use sign up your account. In this case, I'll be using my name here, and I'll be using my email, and I'll specify now. In this case, it says please enter a valid business or academic email. Let me use my business email. Now you're going to specify cars. Let's select this, capture, verify. Then let's sign up. Password was match. Okay, we sign up. Now the account has been created. Now let's proceed to login page, and then we'll log in. You log in using your credential. Now also, once you verify your account, don't forget to activate your account. To activate your account, you check your email. Then you're going to see your email, and then you click on activate your account. Once you activate your account, it's going to give you a congratulations page. Let's reject this, and then you visit the dashboard. And the dashboard is going to ask you to sign in again. These are protocols. To make sure, you are the one actually signing in. Now this is what you have. Now to check your API token, you can see here, you can click on copy to clipboard, and you just generate your token. Also, if you want to rotate your token, you can also click on generate. It's going to ask you if you would like to change the API key. One thing you need to know is that changing the API key is immediate. If you change your key, any call that is using the old key will be rejected. Now it's going to ask you if you're actually serious for changing your API key. Now this is essential so that you can avoid accidental generation of your new token, which is going to affect all your environment that are using the keys. In this case, we want to generate a new key because we are yet to use this key, and this is how you generate API key. Now that you generate your API key here in your news API AI, then go back to your n8n, and this is and then you paste your key, you click on setup. Let's call it news API on the value, specify the value, and then you save. Now once this has been saved, you can close this, and you can execute workflow. Then it's asking you that there is an error. Your API key is missing. Append to your URL with the API key param. Okay, let's address that. You said our API key is missing. Let us add our API key. News API, authentication, generic credential. generic type. Okay, interesting. Now let us add it here. Codified credential type. Select credential. Let's type on news. Now, when you have this error and you're trying to add the API key and you get an error, let's also now try and interact with the n8n agent, informing that use this API key for the news API. Now let's also make sure that we're using the right API key. Now what we're doing here is we're interacting with our n8n agent to actually AI to actually use in building our workflow. And it says the news API key has been configured in the HTTP request node query parameter as requested. Now let's execute it. And then we are still having error. Let's check what it was able to do. And then just click on this. So this is the version. Let's show the difference between what you just did. The current version, the previous version. This is the current version. Now it's using HTTP bearer auth. Previously, it seems that generate auth was query auth. And then also it's able to specify the API key here. You can also see these changes. This can also be attributed to, this is similar to Git, the way GitHub handles div. Let's go back. Credential not found. Click on this. This bearer token. Let's execute this. I'm going to be showing you how to generate new API key, news API. So here you can specify your email. Then you choose your password. You specify you're not a robot. Agree to the terms. And then you click on submit. No thanks. Your API key is this. Now this is your API key that you need. And this is how you can generate news API key. Then you come back to your credential, you update your token. Execute step. Now we have it. Now you see you are able to add your API key. Now let's trigger the workflow and test out our entire loop. There might actually be an error here. But before that, let's quickly take our flow one after the other. This is schedule. The schedule checks the workflow. It triggers the workflow by 8 p.m. every day. Next one is fetching the API, news API. And then make sure you actually obtain your API key from your news API. And once you're done, you come back here. You can execute the query to actually test it. And then once you test it, you can see the response that you get on the right hand side. The status is okay. Total result 387 article. And the first one here is about the Strait of Hormuz has been closed for 100 days. Why is oil price higher? And then we have this. Here is all the content I was able to obtain. The next section here is extracting the article. And then followed by, once you extract the article, then this next one is splitting the articles. Followed by limiting number of articles that you want to split. Based on the huge amount of volume of the content that is being obtained, you need to be able to structure it. Let's say, for example, you want to build an AI agent that just shows you the headline, the top 5 hottest topics for the day. This is how you're going to be doing it. Then you go through a loop that will iterate through every single article that is in the content. Now, the loop send it to the summarized article, the GPT. Now, what this does is it's going to use GPT to summarize the article. Let's open that. Let's see what's going on there. I'm currently using the n8n free OpenAI API credit. The resources is text and message a model. That's the operation that we're trying to do, followed by the model of our choice. Here we're going to be using GPT-4 Omni, and we are going to be passing the system prompt. The system prompt is very basic here. It's as follows: you're a new summarizer. Summarize the given article in exactly 2 sentences. Be concise and informative. That's it. That's all we want. And then this is the user, where we're passing the title, the description of the article itself, and then simplify the output. Maximum number of token is 100. Also, the output randomness is 0.7, and this is also allows you to this is what sampling the temperature to use between 0 and 2. I have value like 0.8 to make the output more random, while a value like 0.2 will make it more focused and deterministic. And yeah, n8n generally recommend altering this or top P, if not both. Yeah, and the next one is going to be add summary to the article. This is where it obtains that information and just add summary to the article itself. And this goes through the while loop for the entire article, 5 articles. Once it's done, guess what's going to happen? The next one is going to aggregate all summaries. It's going to compile everything into one aggregate. It's going to generate image for the top articles, and then guess what? It's going to format it for Telegram message, and boom, send it to web, send it to Telegram. So this is what we're trying to do. And guess what? Our n8n AI was able to create this workflow. The only thing we did outside of this workflow is generating API key by going to newsapi.org. Do not go to newsapi.ai for this. You have to go to newsapi.org. Don't make that mistake. I made that mistake and I had to figure out I was using newsapi.ai. Now back to this. Now that we've added our news article, and also don't forget, in order to do that, in order to add your API key, you have to go to the fetch AI news from the news API, and then you have to specify your bearer out here. Now let's close that. Let's execute our workflow. Let's see what happens. That was instant. That was quick. Wow. As you can see, this is third articles and fifth articles. Then once that is done, send the total. And guess what? Generate image for the top article. Let's click on that. Let's see what the error. Bad request. Please check your parameter. What's going on here? Generate an image. GPT image 1. I've seen this error before. Let's check our parameter. We're using our free n8n. Let me switch to OpenAI account. And then let's choose a different model. GPT image latest. Let's use GPT image 1 or image 1 mini. And then we execute. Oh yeah, I think it's going to execute from the beginning. See, 3, 4, a fifth article, and then boom, send it to the aggregate, send it back to the generate image for top articles, and then the image is being generated. Once it's done, it's going to format the Telegram message and it's going to send it to Telegram. Now currently we are here to set up our Telegram API key. Once you set up the Telegram API, you'll be able to see the article on Telegram. As you can see, we need our chat ID and some of our Telegram message here. This is ongoing. It's going to take a while for it to generate the image. Now once the image has been generated, then you successfully generated an image associated with your article. Now I would like to explain what is going on here. Now when the image is generated, let's view the image. And you can see this is the image that it generates. Breaking news. Yeah, this is truly breaking news, because the only thing you care about is what is the top 5 articles for the day. And this is what was sent. It says create a professional news illustration representing null. This shouldn't be null because the summary is even null. That shouldn't be null. We can actually use the summary is not doing what it's supposed to do. The aggregate all summaries. We got null from all summaries. Let's check what. Okay, now this is where the issue is. Now here we are getting a string summary, and here is showing undefined. So the issue is coming from when the GPT was actually trying to summarize the message, or we're actually passing in the wrong content here. Yeah, see the content here is showing undefined. I can adjust this a little bit. Now we need to extract this text. We need to extract the text into the summary bit. So to do that, one thing you can do is I'm going to move that. I'm going to try and drag this right into here. Now this is what you can do. And as you can see, if you execute this step, it's going to show the actual value. It's actually good to test out your workflow. Now let's close it. Let's test out our workflow. And then we're going to see. Let's check what that is going on. Let's check the first content. Oops, this is really fast. Now let's check the summary. This is the summary. The author faces challenges at home as the teenager's son opposes the use of AI despite the parents' reliance on it in their corporate job. They aim to convey that the issue lies not in technology itself, but in its application and responsible usage. So that is the summary of the article. Now that has been fixed. Let's check our summary aggregate. These are summary aggregates. Now that changed from null to the actual content itself. Then our AI will be able to generate the right image based on the summary. As you can see here, you see create a professional image, create a professional news illustration representing the Strait of Hormuz has been closed for 100 days, yet oil price have not surged as expected, blah blah blah. Now let's check out the image. This is the image. Strait of Hormuz closed 100 days. Oil price have not surged as expected. Trump claims coins moved 100 million barrels through blockade. Veracity of claim remains unconfirmed. So now we're able to actually get a proper image representing the summarize. I'm pretty sure the error is coming from Telegram. Why? Because we are yet to add Telegram to our n8n. So this is how once your Telegram has been added, the content will be sent to Telegram. Also, this is a formatted message of how it's going to be sent to Telegram along with an image that actually shows a summarized version of the content. Okay, now this is how you can use n8n AI to build a news aggregate, or should I call it a news summarizer, that will send it straight directly to your Telegram.